Have you been thinking about selling your home in 2021 and you're wondering what you can do to get your home ready for the market? Well, lucky for you, I'm talking about just that on today's video, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Bryce Greenleaf. I'm a local real estate agent here in the greater Seattle area, and my goal is to make videos all about living in, moving to Seattle, and buying and selling real estate in the greater Seattle area. So if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell to get notified whenever I make a new video, so you make sure to stay tuned to all the content I'm putting out all about Seattle and the local real estate and about living here. I get calls, texts, and emails all the time from people looking to move to this area or people looking to buy or sell some real estate in this area in King or Snohomish County near Seattle, and I love helping you guys out. So if there's anything that I can do to help, if you've got any questions, make sure you reach out to me. You can contact me here at my number below, or you can shoot me an email. All of my info is in the description. But without further ado, let's jump into what you can do to prepare your home for the market. So I've got 10 tips here, and the first one is curb appeal. Now, first impressions are extremely important, especially when it comes to selling your home. So you've got to make sure that your home is presenting itself nicely when people are driving up to see that home, driving up for their showings. I've had clients multiple times, we're out looking for homes, we drive up to this house, and my clients instantly turn the house down from the second that we get there without even going inside, because they see everything it has to offer from the outside, all the work that may need to be done, and it already scares them off. They don't even care what it looks like on the inside, so they decide to drive away and move on to the next one. So it's very, very important that you make sure your home is looking really nice on the outside. Some things you can do is to make sure the exterior paint on your home looks nice. You don't necessarily have to have brand new paint if it's not an old paint job. Make sure it's cleaned off. Give your house a good pressure washing if it needs it. Same thing goes for the driveway, the walkway, the front patio. If it's got some dirt and moss buildup on it, make sure you pressure wash that, get it looking real nice. Consider giving the front door a fresh coat of paint if it needs it, and make sure you trim up all the bushes, keep the lawn mowed, edge your lawn so it looks like it's got a really nice edge. Pull out all the weeds out of the garden beds, and just make sure the whole front of the home, both the landscaping and the home itself, are looking very appealing and would make a buyer want to come in to see the inside of the house. All right, so item number 2 is deferred maintenance. Now, this is all of the little things with your home that just have not been maintained over the years. Maybe there's a bunch of nail holes in your drywall. You need to fill those nail holes. Maybe there's some molding that needs to be touched up. Maybe it's been dinged along the way. You need to touch up some paint in some areas. You've got some leaky faucets, a leaky hose bib, all these different things, maybe a little bit of electrical things that needs to be done, and an outlet that's not working. Replace all the light bulbs in your home if there's lights that are out. Oftentimes, it's the little things that matter the most. When somebody's walking into your home and they constantly see little things that need to be done, to you, that might just be a very quick, simple fix, but to other people, that really starts to add up. It might overwhelm them and might make them think that the home has not been maintained, and who knows what else is behind the walls that they can't see that also hasn't been maintained. So that can often scare people off. Like I said, for the outside and the inside as well, it's presented nicely. Just take care of all those small tasks. Take a day or two, take a weekend to go around and get all those small things fixed that need to be. Now, tip number 3 is to declutter the home. You want to make sure the home is inviting to people coming in and they're not overwhelmed by all of your stuff. So there's 2 ways that homes get sold. One is a vacant home, and in that case, usually we're going to be completely decluttered because there's going to be nothing in there. But if you're still living in your home when it's being sold, try and thin out what you've got in the home. We suggest that you rent a storage unit if you don't already have your next home set up. We suggest that you maybe rent a storage unit. Try and get the bulk of the stuff that you don't use on a daily basis out of the home. This will help make the home look larger and help the buyers to be able to envision themselves living in that home and envision where their furniture and their belongings can go. All right, tip number 4 is to make large repairs. So if you know of something that's seriously wrong with your home, whether that's the roof is leaking and needs to be replaced, the foundation has issues, there's no insulation in your crawl space or your attic, some of these large items, make sure you take care of those ahead of time if you can. Some people decide to just sell their home as is because they don't have the ability to make these repairs, and that's great if that's what you need to do, but you're not going to get top market value in that case. If you're looking to get the absolute top market value that you can, make sure you take care of these large repairs, because most buyers don't want to come into a home and spend $15,000 to $20,000 on a brand new roof unless they're expecting to get a little bit of a deal on the purchase price. A lot of these large repairs will scare away some buyers and it will shrink in the buyer pool that you have. You won't get as many offers. That sales price will not get driven up like it would in a multiple offer situation, and it will suffer in terms of your total end sales price. So just make sure you take care of these big tasks, these big repairs before you hit the market if you're able to. All right, tip number 5 is to brighten up the home. Now, everybody has a different style. Some people like bright neon colors. Some people like black walls, dark navy walls, different things. So your style is your style, but that's not what's going to appeal to the masses. I always suggest if you've got dark colors in your home, try repainting those rooms to a lighter color. We like to suggest a lighter gray, creams, beiges, things like that. That's what really appeals to buyers these days, and you want to appeal to the most amount of buyers as possible. Along with brightening up your home, when I talked about make sure all of the light bulbs are replaced in your home, any of them that are out, so you've got as much light as possible. When showings are happening and the home is on the market, consider opening up the blinds so when people walk in, they're greeted with a light atmosphere. Light goes a long way because most people don't want to feel like they're living in a cave, so they want a nice light and bright area. All right, and tip number 6 is to depersonalize the home. Now this kind of goes along with decluttering the home like I mentioned before, but just try to take out all of the personalized items that are in your home. Take off the family photos from the mantle, take them off from the walls, all your family heirlooms. Try and pack those away, put them in boxes, maybe go put them in a storage unit, and just have the home very open and clean with very minimal amount of items in the home. This will help the buyer to envision their own life in that home rather than looking at everything that's on the walls and the mantles and the shelves and being distracted by everything else that's in your home. All right, and tip number 7 is to get the home smelling good. Now, a lot of us don't know that our home has odors because we're living in it. We're just immune to the smell, but many homes, especially homes with pets, have pet odors. So if you've got other people, a neighbor, a friend, a family member that comes over to your home, maybe give them a call, shoot them a quick text and say, hey, can you come over and see if my home smells? Because I can't tell. You want to make sure when buyers are walking into the home, they're greeted with a neutral smell, so they're really not smelling much of anything at all, or they're smelling a nice smell, or whether that's from some flowers or some candles or some baked goods. You want to make sure to avoid any of the bad smells because that can instantly turn off a buyer. The two biggest ones where I see buyers just walk in their front door, smell something, and turn around and walk out without seeing the home are cigarette smell and pet odors. Those are the two worst. Make sure your home is eliminated of those odors, and like I said, the best way to do that is to ask somebody else that doesn't live inside the home and isn't immune to those smells. Ask them if your home smells, ask them to come over and give you some tips. All right, and tip number 8 is to interview real estate agents. So different real estate agents offer different things. Just like any industry, there are some that are a lot better than others. Some agents may just come in there, take some pictures with their cell phone, throw it on the MLS and see what happens and hope they get buyers. For the top agents like me and what I do, we come in, we take professional photography of your home. I offer professional videography as well to get that virtual tour so people can see the home online presented in its best light other than just photos. They can walk through that home online through the video. I do print advertising, we do social media campaigns. We go the extra mile for you, so you want to make sure you're finding a real estate agent that's going to present your home properly on the market, increase your traffic, increase the amount of buyers, and increase your end sales price that you're going to actually end up getting for it. Marketing is extremely important, and like I said, some agents do it a lot better than others, so just be careful on who you're hiring. Now, after you've hired that agent and figured out who you're going to go with, you want to talk about staging the home. Now, this may not apply to you if you're still living in the home. There might not be a lot of staging you can do. If the home is vacant, oftentimes we just like to stage that home. It helps it feel a little bit more warm and homey to those buyers coming in, and it helps them envision where their furniture can go. For your standard size home, nothing too over the top. The staging costs can vary, but for the stagers that I use, oftentimes you're going to spend between $1,500 to $2,000 to stage the living room, the kitchen, the master bedroom, and the dining room. And that's really all we need. We don't need to stage every single room in the house. We just need to stage those main areas. So that staging fee, while it seems like it might be a little bit much up front, it can go a long way in terms of getting that end purchase price as high as possible. If you are still living in the home and you've got your furniture, your real estate agent should walk through the home with you, kind of recommend some things that you should move, you can get rid of, put in storage, different things you can do to make sure the layout is appealing to the people walking in and looking at the home. All right, and tip number 10 is to make sure you gather up any invoices, work that's been done to the the home, warranties that you have on any appliances or items within the home. This goes a long way in showing the buyer that you're very tedious about taking care of that home. If you've done some work on the home, you've hired out some work with some contractors or whatever, make sure if you've saved those invoices and those receipts and that work completed, make sure you pass those along to your real estate agent so they can be provided to those buyers. Along with that, consider getting a pre-inspection on your home. I usually recommend that my sellers get one so they know what to expect before they put their home on the market. They know what's wrong with it, and they can go ahead and make some of those repairs to avoid having to deal with that in the middle of a transaction. That also gives the buyers more confidence, so you could very likely get more offers, and the terms on those offers would be better than if you didn't do a pre-inspection. So consider getting your home inspected before we put it on the market, and then you can attach those invoices that you did for the completed work after you had that inspection done and you got those things fixed that you could. All right, you guys, well, this rounds out my top 10 tips on getting your home ready to sell. If you're thinking about selling your home in the King or Snohomish County area here around Seattle, make sure you reach out to me. If you don't already have somebody helping you out, I'd be more than happy to guide you through the process. You can contact me here at my info on the screen. You can shoot me an email or direct message me as well, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. All right, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.